What is going on, guys? We are back with another rebuild on Madden 23, and today we're doing a fantasy draft style rebuild of the Atlanta Falcons, and we're doing a spin the wheel fantasy draft rebuild at that, suggested by Daniel R., which is to spin the wheel of ages. I've seen a couple of replies in there talking about, maybe they should be done with age groups. I don't hate that idea, but I also think that if it's age groups, it'll only be like 4 or 5, groups on the list, and it's a little bit easier than just having a chance at people that are literally 30 plus multiple times, whereas, the age groups thing, it's like a 50% chance or better to land someone that's like, good age, if you will, whereas this, it's like 27 would, I guess it's 50%. God, I'm smart. Either way, thanks for the suggestion, and if you guys have suggestions for a rebuild idea, whether it's a spin the wheel fantasy, you want to just see, it's like, I know there's a few comments out there, do a damn Patriots rebuild, anything at all, let me know in the comment section below. And while you're down there, I would say leave a like, but it's a little early to, like the video. But, maybe. Of course, got to take a look at what pick we have first, which is 22. Just a quick gloss over to see, kind of the players that we might want. Devontae Adams, what is he, 29? 29's not a bad age here. So, basically, as long as we don't get over, 32, if we don't get 32 plus, we're in good shape. We're going to land someone good. Who would I want the most? Probably TJ Watt, who I think is 27. So round 1, maybe even round 2, we're basically guaranteed someone good. But at the same time, I don't know. Also, this could be a little bit of an issue because I don't think you can go based on oldest. So I'm probably going to have to look up their ages. I know a lot of, in general, if I had to guess, I would say Cooper Kupp's 28, 29, right? I kind of know the in general, but as far as, the physical age, I wouldn't know. Donald's, what, 31? There's some guys that if it's 34, I don't know someone that's 34 off the top of my head in the league, so I'll have to look it up, which could be a little tedious. So I'm hoping I get youthful players, simply put. But yeah, let's get to the spinner. And here is the wheel. Normally we would have a quarterback through punter, but obviously you can see here we don't have it in a row, so it's a little more randomized this time. It's kind of the whole point of the wheel spin. But 20 to 29, and then it goes to 29 to 22, and then 32. It goes kind of sporadically. There are a couple of clusters in there that kind of suck, like 32 and 35, and then 28, yes, there's any player, but then 30, so it's a little iffy there. But obviously, I think it's a little bit better randomized like this. If you watched our attribute video, like I said, it goes from quarterback to punter. Obviously, we have the any player in there just like that one, but once again, if you watch that one, we didn't land that. So I don't know how I feel about the chances of that, but it would be great to land that early. Let me tell you that much. Of course, maybe subscribe, maybe not. It is up to you. Let us spin this wheel, and hopefully, like I said, land someone under 30. Even 30 maybe, but under 30, please. And it's not a bad spin as we land 26. Who the hell is 26 in the league? There's a bunch of different, I think Jair's 25, right? 25. So I will obviously... Oh, is Nick Chubb? Oh, okay, so we have Nick Chubb. This video, specifically for me, is going to be quite long. 28. I figured Kittle be 27, 28, but so I'm gonna have to kind of narrow it down myself, and then oh man, this is a tough choice. And then obviously clue you guys in on who we choose. All right, so there are some really good choices, but coming down the wire, Marshawn Lattimore is one of the choices. 26 years old. I think Vita Vea was 27. Wide receiver Chris Godwin, that is a very tough one. Wide receiver is a tough position to get, unless you're going to get really young, which we don't know how the wheel's going to spin. Very tough position to get. Obviously, a really tough position to get, but I've seen in Sim, it doesn't really feel like it matters too much on who your tight end actually is, but Mark Andrews is top tier, 95 overall. And then, very interesting, Deshaun Watson at quarterback is 26. And then, of course, the main one we were talking about is Nick Chubb, who is always a top-tier performer in Sim. This is tough. I think it's definitely between Nick Chubb and Mark Andrews for me. And I don't know who to settle on. And, of course, you do have Christian McCaffrey as well. But as far as, Madden Sim goes, it's not even close. It really just isn't. You know what? I'm actually going to go crazy, and I'm going to go Mark Andrews. I think he's an X Factor? That is insane. Like, he's a really good tight end. It's just EA usually doesn't pull that move, but I'm going to go with tight end because I think running backs are a bit more dime a dozen, whereas tight ends are definitely harder to get. All right, spin again. Once again, anyone under 30, and we are happy. And, okay, well, I mean, that's like literally right under 30. 29. How old is Travis Kelce? Like 31, isn't he? 32. Who can we get that is 29 on the nose? Is Derrick Henry 29, actually? It's 28, dude. Okay, this is interesting now. So there are a ton of players that are 30 or 28. Sadly, that is not the age we are looking at. I think, it's obviously not Batonio. I just wanted to make sure that he wasn't 29. I think the choices are between Tyler Lockett, Kevin Byard, and Joe Thuney. I'm having a very tough time choosing anyone but Thuney because I know linemen of that bunch will last the longest. It is a tough call, though. It is so tough because Kevin Byard is a superstar. So it's like, do you go with the superstar? And you know what? I'm going to go with Joe Thuney. He's going to last the longest, and that's really what matters here. Wow, look at that. Whew. Overdrafted, some would say. Another spin. 27. 27 is my number here. Any player? Ooh! Oh, that is juice. Third round, any player. Dexter Lawrence is still there. Oh, my God. I could go quarterback as well. What do we have for age? I should probably look at what do we have for Dev instead. So it's late third. And for Dev, wow, there are no options. It's like literally Davis Mills is the only young star. There's no point. Screw that. And maybe to some of your shock, I don't know, that's a weird way of saying it. I actually believe I'm going to go with Hassan Reddick. I really think I am. We need a pass rusher desperately. Jalen Phillips never performs in game. He's 27, but he's very good. He's very smart. He's got 92 finesse. I wish it would show you how much XP it takes per upgrade. If he just gets to superstar, he's good. He's good. Those DTs are great, but DT's not that hard of a position to draft in the game. It's crazy to say. I'm going Hassan Reddick. I choose him. I choose the best edge rusher available. And trust me, that was a hard choice. Like, you still had Josh Jacobs there. It was tough. It was tough. But we're going to spin the wheel and hopefully just land right back on any player. That'd be great. 22, 22, 22, 22. All right, now this is interesting because obviously, you know, the youth is good. But in round 4, who is going to be there that's 22 that's still good? I don't know. You know, if somebody is a really high overall and they're 22, they're likely already gone. Oh, Devontae's 23. That would have been so good because I was actually debating on taking him that round as well. Olave is 22. That is interesting. Like I said, I always go for the positions that is hardest to develop, and wide receiver is one of those positions. All right, it's not that hard of a position. It's not that hard of a choice. Sauce Gardner, 22 years old. Oh, this draft has gone pretty well, to be fair. All right, Wheel, keep being kind to me. We had a 29-year-old, but that's fine. Keep being kind to me. Another 29, you know what? 29 treated me pretty well. It treated me pretty well. Let's go for another one. Tyler, I actually almost took Tyler Lockett last time. Tyler Lockett's still there. If Kevin Byard's still there, though, I might have to. Ooh, he's gone. Yeah, 29's not some prize, but Tyler Lockett, I think, is by far the best 29-year-old available, so we're going to go Tyler Lockett. Another spin. Give me another any. Give me another any. Oh, no. There's the bad spin. Who the hell is 33? I honestly think the best option at 33 would probably be some sort of lineman, but I don't know if there's any like superstar linemen that are going to be here that are 33. Harrison Smith's 33. I know he's a super great player that lasts forever. And I think with that being said, I think we know our choice. It's going to be Rodney Hudson, who's not the worst. He's not the worst, so we'll take Rodney Hudson, 33 years old. Could have been better. Could have been a lot worse. Okay, yeah, that wasn't super fun, so let's hope this spin is a little bit better than that. Any player, it's going to be 30. Oof. It's not as bad, though. 30 you can live with. Yeah, I mean, we're going to go offensive lineman again. Rob Havenstein. It could have obviously been a lot worse, but let's try to keep it under 28 if you don't mind. Before it was under 30, but now it's like, yeah, let's under 38 would be preferable. Any player! Okay, I don't know who's still left, but 2 any players so far is busted. I think if we get 3, then we'll take any player out, because we're getting more lucky than I've ever seen. Oh, Trey Hendrickson. 2 27-year-old edge rushers that are top-tier talents. Oh, man, this is a really tough choice. Right now, my choices are between Jameson Williams, George Pickens, and then a very super steal in C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Wide receiver is tough to get. Safety is tough to develop, but it's not as hard to get as wide receiver is. Man, Jameson Williams. I gotta go Jameson, dude. I have to. It's so tough, but I have to. Back to the wheel, which has treated me super friendly for the first time in I don't even know how long. And it's going to be 32. Please stop. No! Why did I have to say anything? All right, so at 32, Bobby Wagner is by far the best player, but he will obviously regress so hard. We could go Justin Tucker in this pick. He's 92 overall. I think kicker is just so easy to get. Even if it's just one season of Bobby Wagner, it's worth it, I think. We're going Bobby. All right, Wheel. Let's stop messing around here. I'm sick of this. All right, I have to pull it off after this. That is the last any player we do, and I'm pulling it out. 3 in 1 is already too much. I'm pulling it out of here. As much as I loved it, it's time. It's time. All right, so options, plenty of them. Who do we want? I don't know. And I think I'm going to go best available player is Trey Hendrickson still there. He's got to be our guy. He's 27, but 89 finesse. I mean, he's solid. We're grabbing Trey Hendrickson. We've actually landed a pretty good team. All right, I think I want like 24. I think that's where a good running back is. Oh, wow, the numbers got really large all of a sudden. Things have changed. It's like grandma's jitterbug. This one I don't really even need to look at. It's just going to be Justin Tucker. There's just no good 32-year-olds that are, like, they're all under 80 overall, and they last like a year or two. At least Tucker will be here for like 2 or 3 years maybe. Spinning the wheel again. Come on, someone young. 22? That could be running back. 22 is a good roll. And even though he's normal, voice crack, Hufanga, I think, is the best value at 22 at this point in the draft. So Hufanga is going to be our guy. All right, 22 is nice. Let's see what else we got for ourselves. And that is the cluster of L's. 35 plus. There's honestly not a lot of options, but Calais Campbell's here, and he is by far the best remaining option. It's not even close. Calais Campbell. That was so bad, but luckily Calais was still there, as we at least got somebody. How? That sucks, dude. If Kirk was 1 year older, we would have actually had a super steal. But of course, wow. Well, I guess the only other option, Devin McCourty. Okay, yeah, this has gone a bit bad in a row here. Let's try to avoid doing that. And 21, not bad. That's pretty good. So this is where we could actually get a little funky if we wanted to. We could go Sam Howell and have ourselves a young quarterback. And I'm really debating it. If not him, I think the other option would be like Daxton Hill, who is a good player, but we're going to be stuck with a bad quarterback anyways. It seems like best case scenario right now seems like Desmond Ridder or Malik Willis, but they're not that much better anyways. I am actually going to go with Sam Howell, and we're going to hope he's our franchise quarterback. He's 21. Let's go for it. That was a fun one. Got a quarterback, even though he's a low overall. What do we got here? And anything, yeah, but 35. 29's not great either, though. So all the options at 29 are pretty bad right now anyways. I'm going to go Jarvis Landry just to try and get as good of a receiving group as possible to maybe give Howell a chance. So yeah, it's pretty safe to say anything under or over 26 is a mad L, and it looks like we're going to have 26. And I think best value here is Teron Johnson. We do have BJ Hill, but he is very bad for his overall. Taron Johnson, at least, solid for his overall, so he's going to be our guy. All right, another wheel. Anything under 27, we talked about it. And 21, question mark. Ooh, barely. This could be a running back. And once again, best available player, I think Nakobe Dean is the best at 21. It was either him or Isaiah Spiller, and I think Spiller is a little iffy. So I think this sweet spot, because of how late it is in the draft, almost around 20, now I think is about 24 to 26. So 23 to 26, I'd say, just to be safe. And ironically enough, here we go, 26. And I think 26 is going to be Jermaine Pratt, so the linebackers have officially been finished. I will say Bobby Wagner's probably not the long-term option, and Pratt not too much longer than him. All right, we know what we want. We want 24 to 26. 27. Let's see if there's anyone sneaky. This would have been like if Zeke was still there. That would have been a super steal, but obviously he is not here. Or like a Kareem Hunt. Running back could still be an option. There might be some 27-year-olds in here. Brian Robinson's a super steal, dude. I would love to get, was it 23? Oh, how is he still there? Oh, Fournette still star. I might have to go Fournette here. We'll look around still, but Fournette might be the choice. And even though we're hoping for a younger running back to start, I think Leonard Fournette is the best remaining value at this moment. So Leonard Fournette, we have ourselves pretty much a starting offense. Another spinner. What do we got? Give us 25. 32. Oof. And of course, now I get 32. Patrick Peterson's gone. Of course. I mean, no matter who you pick here, you're losing, but Paradis seems to be the best. Someone young enough for running back? 26? Okay, that's interesting. Bro, how is Brian Robinson still there, dude? Why couldn't they give me 23? Why couldn't they? And because EA forgot to change Jack Fox from Superstar Dev, that's our pick. Damn, dude, he's gone. Not that it matters, because didn't get 23 anyways. Yeah, the draft is kind of filled with a bunch of bums, so Reggie Gilliam is by far the best option. We're entering pretty bad waters right now. I'm not going to lie to you. Wheel spinny. I don't even know what I want at this point. Okay, I could tell you I didn't want 34. Keep going, keep going. It's not going to. Ugh. Of course, as you would have expected by now, Kirk Cousins is gone. I'm going to be going Marcus Cannon. 24, 24, 24, 24. Keep going. It's going to 24, isn't it? It stopped at 30 by like an inch. Can you believe it? I can. 22 or 23 something. 21? 21? Interesting. 21. Who the hell is even 21 at this point? Bro, Kenyon Green was literally here a round ago because I had to look for Can, and Kenyon Green went literally a round before us. No way, dude. He was here. If not for us going Mark Andrews, which would have had Chubb instead, we could have went Daniel Bellinger here, or Bellinger. That would have been a sneaky little pick, but we do have Leonard Fournette, so it would have been like Leonard Fournette and Mark Andrews, or Nick Chubb and Bellinger. I don't know. It's kind of like, well, I don't know. And because we don't need those positions, I believe, going with Cordale Flott, the 21-year-old cornerback. It was close between him and who the hell else did I have? It was him and someone else. I can't remember who the hell it was. I think it was a linebacker. I kind of wish I could just like simulate the rest of the draft, but I can't, and it's going to be 32 again. Oof. I guess for pure value, I'll go Jamie Collins. He might have like the mentor tag or something. I don't know. All right. I'm not even sure what I'm hoping for at this point, but obviously someone on the younger side. I'd honestly say like 26 to 28 might be the best right now, because we're obviously to the point where all the young players are like, kind of gone. We still have need for DT. Henry Anderson's 31. Let's go. And anything good? And 21. Who the hell? I think 21 has been kind of like a dead position for a while. I think this is linebacker again. And we're going to go at Leo Chanel. And we're only in round 30, and I'm already like, can we just end this, please? It's not going to stop at 23. Oh, my. Gimme Cam. Gimme Cam Newton, baby. Welcome to the team. I think he has the mentor tag. Another spin. I think 23 is the magic number right now, because I think we can get some wide receivers. Oh, it's close if you flipped it. I guess we'll go with Super Bowl, man. And I think, honestly, at round 35, I'm just going to sim because this is just not going our way. It's just a bunch of 30-plus-year-olds, and even at 25, there's, like, nothing left. Like, let's go by youth on the wide receiver. Like, you have Anthony Schwartz, and that's, like, kind of it. Like, all the players already gone. Calvin Austin, I suppose. Age at running back. You know, these guys are all 22. Like, there's just not many options left. The draft is, like, dead. It's, like, done with. Obviously, if you got, like, Ben Jones or something like that, I would have to release him. But I think I'm just going to sim at 35, and anyone that's a higher overall than one of the guys we actually drafted, I'll just release. I think that's fair. Because, look at this. Like, come on. Come on. Eric Fisher. Why not? Eric Fisher. And the wheel spin will give us 26, I believe, which could be okay. I mean, even the likes of, like, Marlon Mack and Chase Edmonds are gone. Barely even going to get to 35 here. How the hell do I do drafts till 50? Obviously, if you can get anyone youthful, I suppose, but man, this is pain. We found Kendall Sheffield, who's decently fast, so there's a depth piece. And for our final spin, give us, I don't know, 22? Of course it's 32. Of course it is. I'm going to go with Eric Harris. Why not? Why not? Yeah, it is sim time, my dudes. We are going to let the AI do the rest, and like I said, anyone that's a higher overall will be released. So basically, long story short, we're not going to start any of the players the AI drafts, even if they draft some goons. All right, here's the team after the draft. We're an 85 overall, but obviously there's some youth issues, if you will. Right tackle, I don't know how long Havenstein will last. I think he'll actually be fine. He's like 30, right? Yeah, 30 years old. He'll be fine. But the left tackle spot, the right guard spot, potentially the center, running back, don't know about quarterback just yet, and then defense. Obviously, Calais Campbell is an issue. Devin McCourty is an issue. Wagner's an issue. But it's not the worst team ever, right? Of course, I have to change the scheme, which should make this even more lethal, as we won't have so many 70 overalls starting. But yeah, Leal was drafted by the team, but he's the number 3. It's not a bad team, but as you can see, there's issues with dev as well. There's a ton of normal dev players on this team. So I forgot to turn off injuries. Trey Hendrickson got like a 4 or 5 week injury. The backup came in and is now a star development trait with 20k XP. It's strange. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to, maybe we trade him off, perhaps? Holy crap, 5 upgrade points. So because he's actually a guy that needs a contract, I'm going to trade him off to the Bears for a 3rd round pick. He's a 74 overall star development trait, young DN, so he's worth the pick, and we add a 3rd for this year because of a breakout. 105 mil to spend. However, we do actually have to already pay Hassan Reddick, so if we can get him on a 3-year 60, I'm down. And he is as well, which is cool. I'll take it. I didn't want to go any higher because if he doesn't get to Superstar, he will regress hard at 29-ish, so don't want to take that risk yet. And then Hudson, considering his dev, I think can at least play another year, so I'm going to wait before doing like a 2-year or anything like that. We'll see how he is next season, and then everyone else seems to be perfectly replaceable. So we had a very bad season to start, which in my opinion kind of makes no sense because it wasn't even Howell's fault. Of course, he win that at the end there. I wonder how much that actually cost us. We were 5-11, and then we win that game right there. So we would have been the 3rd pick overall. Instead, it looks like we are the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th pick. So from 3rd overall to 7th. The thing is, though, I don't know if we're going quarterback anyways. Because, like I said, at the time I looked, Sam Howell was playing well. 4,700 yards, 37 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. The interceptions definitely jumped quite a bit, though, since I last looked. Running back is a problem, though. Leonard Fournette, not bad, but kind of like real-life Leonard Fournette. That's not good enough. Lockett should be superstar because of the touchdowns. Andrews had a great year. Jameson was pretty good. And even Landry played well. Of course, looking at the defense, or the blocking, Marcus Cannon gave up 20 sacks. Havenstein was amazing, though. And then looking at sack totals, Hassan Reddick with 18, that's got to be superstar. 11 for Campbell. And considering Hendrickson missed 4 games, not bad with 8. Not bad at all. And then interception. Wait, what about the tackles, actually? Pratt could be star, but it is what it is. Sauce Gardner with 8. That is a lot of interceptions. Tucker only missing 2 out of 18. I mean, I get our run game was kind of bad, but how the hell were we 6-11? We felt way better than that. Joe Burrow was the MVP of the league. Let's take a look at who was the players of the year. Oh, Kenny Pickett. Sam Howell was at number 4, but Sauce Gardner, the best rookie on defense and best DB as well. So should be a superstar, maybe even an X Factor. Might already be a superstar. I don't know why he wouldn't be in the game. You can't go that high of an overall in your rookie year and not go to superstar. That would be illegal in my opinion. Lose the rights right on the spot. Super Bowl is between the Jets and the Cardinals. The winner of this one is the Cardinals. Interesting name drop. It's a new one. $95 million, but I think a lot of teams have that kind of money. Let's take a look at our dev-ups. No dev-up for Howell. He had a great year. AI upgrades weren't terribly great, in fairness. Lockett going to Superstar was obviously a massive win. Andrews is already an X Factor, but probably would have went to if he didn't. Jameson didn't go up in dev. Landry didn't go up in dev. Obviously, Leonard Fournette wouldn't have gone up in dev. Yes, Hassan Reddick, we need to go up in dev desperately. What about Sauce? Was he already a superstar, or did he just knock up and, what's the story? They had him as an 88 overall star dev. Way to go, EA. You guys are great. You guys are just the coding sucks, the ratings suck, the devs suck. What isn't broken on this? I just don't understand. Nakobe Dean goes to star dev, which obviously was a massive, massive thing for us. Bobby Wagner doesn't go up in dev, which is a huge L. And then, of course, Pratt goes up to dev of star. But at 27, I mean, how much longer will he actually play? I don't know. Hufanga, no dev up, which sucks, but he's still really good overall, so it probably doesn't matter that much anyways. No dev up for Johnson either. And then Calais looks excited. He looks so happy. The regression wasn't even that bad. 5 to block shed makes him 84. He can play another year if he really wanted to. I'd be down. So if he wants to, I'd be all about it. Give us another season and not have to replace 2 DTs, because we're drafting DT most likely this season, but if he's gone, then I have to draft 2, which I'm not super fond of, but we'll see. It's up to him, obviously. I would guess he probably will be gone, but let's find out. And wow, even Rodney Hudson. He was only 34. And I was going to give him a 2 year. I was like, he might make it. Bro. That just proves how crazy that recent rebuild we did where Trent Williams was around without changing overalls or anything like that, and age or anything like that he was around for many seasons after the first year. Because look at Rodney, he's gone. Calais, fair enough. Devin McCourty, fair enough. Cannon and Colt McCoy, fair enough. But wow, that is a huge L to lose Rodney. But I guess we have more money. Yay. Of course, looking at re-signings, I mean, with that more money, should we not just keep Nwangwu? Oof. It's a lot of money, though. I'd be willing to do it just because he's a good kick returner, though. So if he's down, I'm down. 4 year 12. There we go. Fair enough. A little expensive, but got our depth and we got our kick returner. And obviously, they changed the way the fantasy drafts work. Key example, Hassan Reddick needing a contract year 1. There could be some names here. It's not just a completely boring free agency every single time the first couple of seasons in a fantasy draft. There could be good players here, and that will be the case of Christian Kirk. Not a positional need. We did just lose a lineman. Elton's only a 2-year deal worth 25. I could definitely bring him on. Deontay Johnson, bunch of corners. Holy, see how many corners there are. We got Taron Johnson, though, so I don't think we're going to need him. Brisker is a star dev. There's some names here, and I think a lot of them are DBs. There might be a DB or 2 we sign. It's so tempting, though, because if we got J.C. Horn or Trent McDuffie, we would be set at corner, whereas Taron Johnson, he's not the longest-term guy in the world. I really want J.C. Horn. If I can get one of these 2 guys, I might have to. This was a 5-year 65, so J.C. Horn appears to be off the table, and then Trent McDuffie, who's even less interested to join us. We'll offer the same deal because he's pretty much the same type of player. Is actually doable. He's definitely worse, but not by that much. All right, let's see what we get. And Brisker's still there. I did not like that. And Ellen Jenkins signed. We did offer him the most money. It was a 2-year 32, which is a bit costly, but it's only a 2-year. But he was we were the 4th team on the list. And then McDuffie, I honestly forgot to check Taron Johnson's ability to be traded, but he's worth it. A 5-year 65 is a lot, but since he's only 22, it's really not. And for Brisker, I offered him a 4-year 30. He finally accepts. So we have 73 mil. None of the contracts, well, Trent McDuffie was pretty expensive. Contracts we just signed, not super expensive, not super long-term. Elton's was a 2-year 32. We can deal with that. If we run out of money, we'll have time to get rid of him. J.C. Horn was a 5-year 50. We had to give a 5-year 65 for McDuffie. What a game. I'm also not going to lie. I thought Taron Johnson was already 27 and he was going to 28. We might just keep him around. I think he might just be our number 3 and we might just have the most stacked cornerback group in the league. Or one would assume at least. And this is why you do slot upgrades, kids. 90 what speed now? 93 speed. I mean, you might as well keep going slot. He's going to get 99 man anyways, so might as well get him to 99 so that it's nothing but zone coverage pretty much. 97 man, 88 zone. Jeez. So I think I'm fine with Howell. However, there are a lot of good quarterbacks in this draft. And if the one I'm looking at is there, I have to take him. His name is Nathan Lowry. He is really weird, though. He's 5'11", but he's 229. Elite throw power, not even the fastest guy, but a bunch of really good key ratings. I think he's worth the selection. I won't trade up for him because I think Howell played well enough, but as you can see right here, the draft is kind of lining up the way we want to, as no team has taken a quarterback yet, and our pick is like literally right around the corner. We have our choice at any quarterback we want, I think. Unless pick 2 is a quarterback, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Ted McLean is still there too. He's not a top 5 talent, but what is his speed? Same elite throw power. He's a little bit faster. Wow. Do I not cheese this a little bit and trade down until one of them goes? Very well could one of these players goes right now, but if I move down 4 spots, I probably get a third round pick, no? The Dolphins would give me a 3rd round next year, so I'm going to try to go to 10, trade for a 3rd round this year, and then see what happens. Hopefully it works out. I felt like the Dolphins trade was a little bit too high, so I went with this instead. So 4 spots back to gain a 3rd next year, which is projected mid. If quarterback goes here, I'm going to look so dumb, though. Okay, doesn't go. Fair enough. Still doesn't go. Finally, oh my God, if we have just sold. If the Buccaneers are about to take our quarterback again for my 2nd straight rebuild, they're going to. They're actually going to take my guy. There's no way this has actually just happened. Okay, they didn't take him. Whatever. I think we've messed around enough. Let's grab our quarterback. McLean was probably better, but our guy looks just as good in my opinion, so why would I not? Mr. Nathan Lowry, welcome to the team. Please be hidden. Please be hidden. Oh. Did I just all-time sell? By the way, I don't know if this guy is a generational because I see the trucking as a B instead of an A. But this guy very well could be generational. 4'3", 40. He's 230 pounds with that. And he's got an A ball carrier, A break tackle, A juke, A spin, A stiff, B truck, and A to B awareness. So he's one of those. I might trade up for this guy. I want to see what it takes to get to Buffalo. Pick 12. Once again, this isn't supposed to be a realistic style rebuild, so if I find a trade that's maybe not the most realistic, but I get that in, I might just say, hey, whatever. Also, do I trade Sam Howell in the expectation that this quarterback we got is better? Who's their quarterback? Oh, Baker. That Sam Howell's like a better Baker. Oh, we took the guy at 11 overall, right? I think you have to start him. I think you have no choice. Howell in a 3rd? There's no way, right? Okay, so as much as Howell is, he's got a little bit of value. He got that kind of value. Pick 12 for a running back, though. A 1st round next year. We could still suck, in fairness. I'll do it. We could still suck. We were almost a 3rd pick overall. And we're debatably worse because we lost multiple veterans. But I'm taking this running back. I'm going to regret it. It's going to make me sad. I scouted a bunch of guys, but obviously none of them are generational looking. Is he actually generational? I don't know. But what I will say, I got to imagine he's at least 76 overall, which I think is worth it. So I'm going to take him. He is hidden. And 94 speed at 230 pounds is hard to argue against. He looks good. He's got to be a 76, 77 or plus. As long as the potentials are somewhat close to what they said they were. San Fran's going to give me 47 and 111 plus a 7th next year to trade down, which is only like 8 spots back. 38 reps versus 33. But EA mentioned, or the prospect spotlight mentioned McIntyre, so I might trade down again to 57 to gain a 4th. Hopefully it takes a little bit for those guys to go, otherwise it's going to be awkward. We traded 6 next year to move up 4 spots with the Packers as the team before us, I think it was the Chiefs, took Phillips, which means McIntyre, the prospect spotlight, will be joining our team as DT number 2, or depending on how good he is, maybe DT number 1. And let us grab him. Jimmy McIntyre, welcome to the squad. Please be hidden. He's hidden. There we go. Making up for that quarterback normal. I mean, hopefully he's good, because obviously we've already moved on from Sam Howell, despite his good season. And now here in the 3rd round, we are going to be taking Justin Friedman, a finesse move, decent athleticism. Welcome to the squad. Please be hidden. And they're hidden. Okay, we're going to start them both. I was thinking he was probably normal. We've drafted so many normal finesse guys, but they're usually worth it because it's only 1 breakout away. Not bad. And I have some linemen and a linebacker, but honestly, other than the linebacker... Wait, was that the linebacker? Other than the linebacker, none of them really looked like so good that I had to have them, so I'm just going to move to 28. Offensive line, Lowry's still there, Theo Russell's still there, Rosen's still there, even the linebacker's still there. How old was he? He was 21, pretty athletic. I'm going to take the risk on him. Ricardo Rudolph, and another hidden development trade. We're crushing it. Peyton Rose looks the best, even though he's kind of on the smaller side, so I'm going to go Peyton Rose, who is hidden development trade. If he's 84 strength, then Lowry must be like 12. As much as I just talked crap about Lowry, I mean, he's literally like my last lineman. So I think I have to trade up a few spots to grab him and hope for the best. I think if we didn't trade up here, Jacksonville would have absolutely taken him. So let's double 7th rounder it. Boom. Probably don't even need to give him 2 7th rounders, but you can have him. Not the strongest, but he is 21 and he's big. Is in development trade. How does he have higher strength than the center? He had 29 reps compared to the center's 32, unless I was looking at the wrong player. Oh my lord, it really is taking some time. Can we, because, yeah, I was about to say there's even more. All right, draft recap. Let's see what we got. Let's see the overall of the quarterback. Oh my! I wasn't even looking at the quarterback. He's really good too. The running back, I think this is the highest overall player I've drafted this Madden. He is absolutely a generational. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the highest I've drafted this Madden. We drafted a generational running back. Wow, that is pretty sweet. There he is. Wow. Okay, I was debating on that trade up. I was still thinking, I was like, did I make the wrong call? I didn't. Now, I will say, did we make the wrong call on the trade down? The quarterback looks amazing. Look at the medium and short accuracy. Throwing under pressure and sack kind of sucks, but I want to see what the other guy was like. These guys, pretty standard, pretty tame. We'll say I'm very surprised that Lowry is a 75 overall. That is like the most shocking out of all of this. Really bad run blocker, though. He's so bad, but that's not bad. Don't know what the other devs are like. We'll see him when we see him. I'll look at him now, whatever. I'll look at him now. Jimmy McIntyre with 79 block shed. Not bad at all. I'm curious to see what the other DTs are like, but we in turn got a bunch of different players because of trading down constantly. Taking kind of the best remaining rather than just taking who we wanted out the gate. Obviously, that would have changed the draft up quite a bit. If we didn't trade down from pick 7 to 11 and got an extra couple of picks and whatever, I probably don't trade up to 12. But I had that sense of like, feeling like we have a bunch of draft picks, and all these guys are like star dev, but that's fine. It felt like we had a bunch of draft picks. I felt more comfortable doing so. And Rudolph, ironically enough, probably will stay middle linebacker. Good hit power. Not bad coverage and block shed ratings for a rookie, especially a late rookie. Could be a superstar as well, and he's not. Put him at like 40-something. Yeah, put him at 50, whatever. And then did we had some 2 linemen? Those guys I'll leave. I don't really care. But unless this quarterback is like an X Factor or something, holy Duval, unless he's like a superstar or an X Factor, I think we made a good choice. Not as accurate as our guy, obviously, a little bit faster, but what is that dev? If he's star, obviously we made the really smart choice, but what is his dev? He's only star. Okay, so we made the right call. Technically, I guess you can say he's better, but we made a great decision. There was some really high overalls in this class. Look at this guy, 91 overall free safety. Was this another generational? Because that's, 84 zone, 92 speed. This guy might also be a generational. He's not, he's star, fair enough. But let's take a look at the DT we missed on. Not that I really care too much. Phillips was a 76 overall. Whew. What's that, Dev? Hidden development trait in fairness. Hopefully not a superstar, but once again, I think we made the right call. Just trading down and adding value. He was star dev. So, we worked out fine there. It worked out fine. We're happy, and no one needs to cry about anything. And then Bolden was kind of my big name. And normal dev, 83 power move. That's why I wanted him, because he had like a A and 2 Bs. You're like, oh, that's pretty good. Not the greatest. So that draft, very good. Very good draft. We still have weaknesses on the team, and the quarterback still needs to get to like star and then superstar X Factor if he can. Maybe get a breakout or something. Sam Howell failed his in the regular season, but that was an amazing offseason. If you also add 3 players we signed in free agency, which are huge names as well, 2 DBs and a lineman, this team, just off first glance, is looking vastly improved. All right, Season 2 technically has our team looking better potential-wise, as Lowry is our new quarterback. Not crazy better than Sam Howell in overall, but crazy better than him in overall. I hope Sam Howell starts, though, wherever he is, because usually you don't get to see him play, and I kind of want to see if he can develop or not. And then looking at the defensive side of things, really sucks Trey Hendrickson didn't go up in dev. He probably would have if he didn't have injuries, but whoops, my bad. Looking forward, though, Pratt may need to be replaced. Trey Hendrickson, perhaps, and then Rudolph is already in place to replace Wagner. O-line, maybe right tackle. We'll see how that goes. But overall, we're in a pretty good spot right now. We just need to develop. We had I think it was either quarterback check-in, or rookie quarterback check-in. But he has received a +4 to medium and deep accuracy. I also think after that, he did enough to get a star dev breakout. This guy is breaking the mold. We're having a pretty good year. We have some re-signings, $92 million to spend. Going to use that on Nakobe Dean, obviously, and Tooney. Outside of that, though, I don't know. Tucker is good, but he is regressing hard, and we see that when you get up to that 33, 34-year range, every single season could be your last. I don't think that's going to be the case for him, but, we've seen what happened with Rodney Hudson, and that really didn't go our way. 3 or 45, I see that for, near 90 or 90 overall linemen all the time, so we're going to give him that. Wagner didn't regress that hard, but he will this season. And then Nakobe Dean, we already talked about. A 7-year, 50 would actually be pretty preferable. And, hey, I'm down. 29 years old he'll be when he's finally, needing another contract, which obviously works out for both sides. And we have tons of money left still. Nice. So we're on some mad losing streak. I don't know what the hell it's about. And we got a bye week at 11-6? Really? The NFC is weak. Well, I guess to be fair, outside of the Chiefs, every team was 11 wins or less. That is impressive. The Panthers went on a little bit of a win streak. And, okay, that's a really weird season. I guess, to be fair, since it's a fantasy draft, I didn't really think about that, but a lot of teams are closer than ever, so I guess it does make sense, but really good year. And then we lost 3 in a row, but with that win against the Titans at the end, we were able to, like I said, get that bye week, which is impressive. Let's take a look at the numbers we had. Obviously, Lowry, the rookie, 36 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 4,700 yards, about Friedman. Nice. We didn't change the scheme from last season, so he just made Leonard Fournette look bad. Simply put, we also had 2 rookie Friedmans. Lockett was great. Andrews was solid. Jameson, not as much as I would like to see, and then Landry was down, but Friedman, really good season. Hopefully didn't steal Rookie of the Year from the quarterback, if that's even possible. Havenstein, definitely worse season last year. Not Havenstein. Hartenstein as good of a year? Yeah, I didn't need to. Pratt should be superstar. Nakobe Dean maybe superstar. Hassan Reddick, though, 20.5 could be X Factor. Hendrickson hopefully goes to star. Friedman, the defensive rookie, really good with 6 sacks. And then McIntyre, not great, but his tackle for loss is up there with 17. Brisker, the new safety, 5 interceptions. Hufanga with 3 interceptions. We take it. Tucker only missing 3 out of 20 is not bad. Jack Fox was great. Nwangwu, who we paid a 4-year $12 to, working it out with a kick return touchdown and some decent yardage. We love to see it. I will say, though, offensive yardage, 20th, which is a little bit of an L. Defensive, 31st. How did we even make the playoffs? 8th in scoring. It must be like top 10 as well in defensive points allowed, right? I honestly don't know, dude. I don't know. MVP goes to the Bears. Lamar Jackson. Award wins. Rookie of the Year for Lowry. Defensive Rookie of the Year, so close, but number 2. Offensive players, we had number 7 for quarterback. Running back, number 9. Wide receiver, number 1 with Tyler Lockett. Like I said, should be an X Factor. O-line, the rookie, at 3, which is really impressive. D-line at 2. Myles Garrett was better than him, apparently. And that was it for D-line. Linebacker, Pratt at 9. DB at number 6. Well, 4 and 6 with the 2 safeties. And then best kicker at 5. With the bye week, could we already see ourselves a run? And the Panthers, who went on a little bit of a win streak, like we said, are our opponent. That was a lot of different things being said. I had to back out. I don't like doing the moments. I like to just go in and I'll make my damn moment. And going to the end of the game, Panthers coming away with a nice drive. It seemed like they had a short field, then we stopped them. 7-all, 14-all. Oh, come on, stop turning the ball over. Nice touchdown before half, but they're starting off. Defense seems to be doing all they can, and the offense, I mean, in my opinion, seems to be just turning the ball over at an insane rate. I will say the fourth quarter defense did not look good, and I would come in, but there's literally no point. The game is over. Well, the Panthers, they take us out in the first round. I think this quarterback threw a lot of picks. 2 interceptions. I mean, we lost to Jacoby Brissett. Sure of it. I'm sure of it. Friedman, the rookie, not bad. How many yards? Yeah, he didn't have a long run, so pretty good numbers. Just didn't feed him the ball much. And then Lockett has been just really good in this entire rebuild so far. I know it's early, but still. Trey Hendrickson with 2 sacks. Sweat with 2 sacks. 1 for Henry Anderson, I don't even think would play. And then Friedman with a sack. Interceptions for Pratt, Patton, and Jalen Thompson. Of course, Tucker misses a kick. I mean, I expect it from Sly because he's, really strong, but the accuracy's a little lacking. But yikes. Seahawks versus the Texans. The winner. Feel like it's the Texans. It is. They were on a mission. They beat the Chiefs. I know, right? It's a fantasy draft franchise, but Chiefs still have the juiced playbooks. And as far as DevOps go, I like it. Lockett is a 92 overall with, is he a 90? He's 91 actually, but he does have an upgrade point anyways. Did regressions hit already? Okay, that's fine then. He's actually not too bad then if his regressions already hit. I don't keep track of everyone's overall start of the season. I just go with the flow. But Lowry went from normal to superstar, which, I mean, is obviously great. What is his ratings? Throw power didn't go up, but man, his accuracy is already insane. He's giving me like offensive Sauce Gardner vibes. Like, it's crazy. And of course, Friedman, the rookie on offense, already a 91 overall. Defensively, as expected. The DevOps we thought. Hassan Reddick is now a superstar X Factor. Took that risk when we had an any player. Went with him. He got the DevOps, and we love to see him. Trey Hendrickson, 29. A little bit more risky, but star development trait. Hasn't started to regress yet. Gets a superstar dev up, and we're cooking. Sauce is already superstar. Brisker, I believe, was only star, unless he had like a breakout, which I don't remember. Superstar development trait there. Surprisingly, Pratt didn't go up in dev, and either did Nakobe Dean. I thought at least Pratt would have went up. And then Hufanga, was he already star? No, he was not. Fair enough. So some really good DevOps, and even though we could have already made the argument that last season could have been a Super Bowl year for us, this looks good. I mean, this is a team that really took a step up this year. No first-round pick, but honestly, trying to think, other than like Pratt, do you really need, anyone? I don't know. I'm not really sure if you do. But Tucker might try one more time, and then everyone else on our list here are all backups. Free agency, $101 million. Chris McCaffrey's a free agent. Tristan Wirfs a free agent. George Pickens is a free agent. Shaquille Leonard, Kareem Hunt, Damian Pierce. Wide receiver doesn't. It does intrigue me. So does lineman, but do you really want to pay that? Wide receiver intrigues me because Tyler Lockett is, 31, 32 now, and he needs a contract as an X factor. That's great, but I wouldn't feel comfortable giving him more than like a year or two. And obviously a guy like George Pickens, who's an 89 overall already at Superstar, would definitely be here more than 2 years. And he is intriguing. He's definitely intriguing. We need 3 wide receivers anyways. His release sucks, but outside of release and deep route, which who cares about deep route for receivers, he's insane. He's really good. And I gave Terrell Edmonds a 2-year 7.4 to have some depth. And even though I offered George Pickens a 4-year 80, he decided to go with Houston, who in fairness did win a Super Bowl for a 4-year 68, which is about 70, if you will, which is interesting. I suppose they did win the Super Bowl, but I mean, that's okay. I mean, fair enough. I guess we don't want our legacy tainted by, free agency players anyways, so it is what it is. We're in the draft, and we are in the start of the second round, and a linebacker that I was looking at, I didn't know if he was going to be there or not. I was debating on if I wanted to trade up or not, and I was like, maybe is still there. So I'm going to trade 59 and 91 for 35 from the Rams to grab potentially our starting right outside linebacker of the future. Not this season, or maybe he starts over the rookie we drafted last year. I don't know. It depends on how good he is. But this is the guy, James Moore. He's 21 years old, so if he has to wait, he can. Insanely fast, super elite athlete. A awareness, B tackle, A zone, B block shit. He looks great. Simply put, we're going to grab him, and he is normal development trait, which is awesome. Super big as well for his size, for his speed, which is insane. But yeah, definitely a good player. Don't know what that dev is. Maybe it's superstar. Be great, but we have a future starter there. And as far as offensive line goes, I really like Kenny Waddle, but I don't know if I want to go and trade up for a guy like Kenny Waddle when A, he's 22, and B, we don't really want to trade up when we don't technically need anyone yet. Plus, you have this center who is day 3 and looks very similar. He's just weaker. Oh, he's not even a center. He's a guard, but his strength is like a center. Mason Casey, he's a day 3. He could go in round 4. We're going to take at 11 in the 3rd round, so Mason Casey it is. Hidden development trade, we take it. Also, apparently my DT was gone. What, did he go right before my pick? My DT's gone. Where the hell is he? Do you mind? Kenny Vick, what is it called? 4th round, 27th pick. Need a slot wide receiver. Welcome to the squad. Normal development trait, but 97 speed. Got some speed. All right, overall, 74, 74, 69, and then I saw an A finesse DT in the 7th round, and I was like, screw it. 75 finesse, really weak, but not bad. With bull rush and swim move, that's a pretty good combination of abilities, especially for that late of a DT. Even though he's 63 overall, that's a little low for him. I think he's actually better than that. Of course, the linebacker, we talked about, what's his zone and all that. 69 zone is apparently A, but 74 block shedding. Now, that's a little surprising, especially since it was a B. I don't know. I don't think EA knows math too well. And he is a superstar. I kind of feel like it would be cheating for me to use him now, though. I just kind of wanted to take a look at his dev just for the future, but yeah, I don't know if I'm going to start him. Also, Casey, I think would either be a center or a right tackle. Our center currently isn't really developing super well, but at the same time, this guy looks even more raw than him, so I don't know if that's going to happen, but yeah, the linebacker was good, and we'll see where he starts, if anywhere. I suppose if Pratt is actually on a contract year, we probably could trade him this season. If he's not, though, then I'm not sure what to do. The Niners are willing to give me Tariq Woolen for him. Jeez, this game with the trade value just doesn't make sense. Dalton Schultz I can kind of see because he's normal dev still probably. It's 28, 29. But I'm really just looking, Darisaw. I mean, at some point, I don't know when I will, but I absolutely need to just do a straight-up fantasy proper rebuild where I just cheese the hell out of the AI and see what we can get. I don't know the actual overalls of running backs. You know what? Actually, I'm going to look. I know it's overall, but you know what I mean. His actual ratings. But we do need a backup as we lost Leonard Fournette, and our current backup is 70. Yeah, he's not bad. These guys aren't bad, but I'd prefer someone a little bit better than that, and I know the Buccaneers are a rival, but I don't really care. He's good. Star Dev as well. Okay, I mean, I guess we are cheesing the AI after all. But at the same time, they don't really need a running back. They need a linebacker, although you would probably argue that it's a 3-4 linebacker they need. Here we go, Season 3. We talked about how the team was probably good enough to win it last year. Didn't happen, but here we are with more depth than ever. The running back 2 is easily a guy that can play number 1 anywhere. Wide receiver 3 is a little iffy. It's like all speed around here. We don't really have a guy that can, well, other than Andrews, obviously, that can like tank a hit and, go up and get it. But Andrews that guy for us. D-line, DTs could definitely use work, but they're on their way, and they had a pretty, McIntyre was okay, I suppose. Freeman was pretty good. But, the corners, the DBs, solid. Linebackers, young, but high potential. I worry about the linebackers. I do. I worry about some of the overalls, but this team has high potential. It's a fantasy draft franchise, after all. I got to remember that. We're still probably the highest overall in the league, but can we win this Super Bowl? How can we even get there? Re-signings, Elgton Jenkins, Jameson Williams, who actually has a breakout right now, so in theory, we could be signing ourselves a superstar, not a loser star dev that nobody cares about. Nice contract for us, though, considering we know that he's likely going to become that dude. Of course, Lockett, I actually kind of just glanced over his contract. If he's willing to do, like, this, I'm probably still willing to do the 3-year anyways, but hey, if a dude's going to be a real dude about it, I'm going to let the dude be the dude, you know what I mean? Elgton Jenkins, a 3-year 51, which is actually more. Obviously, he's actually playing left tackle than Tooney, but it is what it is. I also signed Harrison Butker from free agency. I'm not sure why I did that, because I'm just going to let him go to free agency anyways, and then, if we don't keep Tucker, I'll just get a new kicker from actual free agency, and everyone else is a backup. All right, we're already in the playoffs, but maybe we're fighting for a bye week, which maybe we were, but we didn't get it anyways. 12-5 once again facing off against the Panthers. The Eagles this time out in front with the 13-4 season. Let's take a look at the stats. Quick glance. I don't think I've seen any of our guys on there, but a better season from Lowry, obviously. Freedman, another really good year. Technically a down one, though. Jameson Williams with 1,300 yards, 20 touchdowns. Maybe he gets the superstar now. Andrews, good season. Lockett, good season. Vic, not bad. Blocking, pretty good, considering Madden's numbers. Reddick has been amazing. Trey Hendrickson, not bad. Freedman and McIntyre, not doing their, the best work, but, participating. Some interceptions, actually pretty good interceptions. Tucker only missing 1 out of 16 kicks. And then Jack Fox keeps getting better. Nwangwu with another kick return touchdown. My hero. Let's take a look at the awards. Lowry all the way up to 3 for MVP. Lamar Jackson at number 1. As far as other awards go, James Moore, the defensive player of the year, or rookie of the year for us, our linebacker. And then, of course, that's about it, but not bad, as that should get him to superstar. X Factor, actually. He's already a superstar. Can that get him to X Factor? Cold opponent. Why would I care about their temperature? Lol. Let's take a look at what this actually does. I don't actually click on these often. Let's have no fear. I'm not really... I feel like you take an L no matter what you choose here. They're struggling, and all players will have... Wait, all players? Like our players as well? Or just theirs? I guess it is just theirs, because ours are fine. Well, that's kind of unfair. Hey, hey, Panthers guys, you're struggling, right? We're going to give the other team a scenario that makes it even worse. I know it might be dramatic, but with us having 5 overalls on them having a -5 to multiple stats, and them being 9-8, if we don't win this game against them, I'm going to preemptively say there's no chance we win a Super Bowl in this franchise. I'm just going to say it. Like, you just can't lose to this team. Again. Like, you can't lose to them. Bro! Look! It doesn't make sense. It's not how it works. EA takes any given Sunday way too hard to heart. You just can't. Is that Darnold back as a Panther? Come on. Like, we went to overtime against 73 overall Sam Darnold, dude. Khalil Herbert is their running back. Sure, Cooper Kupp's great, but our receiving core is better, especially when you consider tight end. What do they have on us? They have nothing. This team is really bad. Yet here they are. Oh, actually, let's slow some. Let's take a slow gander. We get the touchdown. A stop will win you the game. A stop will win you the game if I'm them. Oh, here it is. 4th and 15. I actually feel less comfortable coming into the game, but I just want to be a part of this. And since he's gone against Zach Martin, there's no point in me not using McIntyre, so let's see what we got. And McIntyre getting... Oh, he actually got off of him and picked up by Sauce, who just... I mean, that was easy. And even though he probably could just go down, I want this team to know that we put up 2... I don't know if I had to slow down, but I felt like I needed to. I was about to say 2 touchdowns in overtime against them. But either way, we move on to the divisional round. Wow, are we going to get smoked next round? Of course, nearly outplayed by Darnold. Kind of. Friedman was obviously pretty good again. Very consistent. That's what you can say about him. Andrews killed it. Boyd had less yards than our tight end. That's impressive. Smith got smoked. Trey Hendrickson with 4 sacks. This edge rush combo is ridiculous. Of course, Tucker missing a kick. Their kicker, I can see it because he's not as good as Tucker. And he had 5 attempts versus 3. They didn't upgrade his zone one time since he's been here. I upgraded him manually one time with his zone upgrade. He gets +3. Why does the game do what it does? Like, how are we not upgrading the obvious ratings? Like, come on. This season has been full of the piss and vinegar. I don't care. I don't care. I hope that Vin is tart. I've actually never had it, but I would imagine it's like a sharp taste. I don't know. Who cares? Lamar Jackson, the back-to-back MVP, maybe 3-time MVP, is our opponent. I was going to say that Lamar doesn't really do well in Sim, but then again, he's back-to-back MVP. Of course, not a bad team to go to. Chicago or Baltimore, those are the 2 teams you would kind of expect him to do the best with. So far, 24-7, looking pretty good. I actually didn't even pay attention. I think we're still in Atlanta's offense. I think they do run with the quarterback quite a bit. So that kind of might be an L. Like our 4th... Bro! Who coded this game? Who did? Like, hello? I get it's the Falcons, but like, really? That's what we're doing today? And there goes Andrews. Call a timeout. I feel like my controller batteries are dying, and boy, would that be a really bad time. I think it's technically we're in offline, so I think I would actually like call a timeout for us, and that is a late read by me to Williams, who will not get out of bounds. We got to get like another 20-ish. We got all the speed in the world to do it, but can someone get open? And that's Jameson. The throw is not great. Want to get down for me, buddy? From the 40-yard line, that's a 57-yarder. That's a 50. They insta-iced us. I mean, would that even work when it's that quick? I'm obviously going to kick this myself. Can I have any kick bar? Bro. Who coded this game? I'm done, dude. I'm done with this game. It's so bad. It's so... Imagine you're playing like a Super Bowl against like a user in like a league, and that happens to you. Oh, don't mind me. I was iced so hard that I had 0 chance to kick the field goal. Don't mind it. I just can't believe how good of an icing that was. I mean, they iced us so well. I couldn't even see anything. Of course, 3rd and 10. They get nothing. Like, all you have to do was follow the damn train, CJ. All you had to do is get close to making a more manageable 4th down. I'm going for it because I just don't care. There's Andrews. I'm surprised he caught it. I'm surprised it wasn't like a fumble or an overthrow. The quarterback's playing like trash. Don't worry about that. What was the score that this team blew, by the way? Like, what was it? Like, it was like 20 points in the 4th or something. And no, I'm not talking about against the Patriots. All right, let's see if the team can do it. Going backwards again, are we? Nice. Good job, fellas. Like, how are they going backwards so much? I just don't understand. And Vic is... Wow, did you see that? Is that like an ability or something? My man's just sidearmed that like a moose. Do I have to play the whole offense, or is the team going to be able to finish this out? Barely. The running back did it. Of course, they're moving down. I mean, for all I know, they scored the last-second touchdown. I wouldn't even be able to tell you, but no, we do finish a job. Wow, what a game. What a game. Here are the stats. A lot of rushing touchdowns in fairness in that game. 5 total between the 2 teams. Looking at sacks, Highsmith, our defense actually sucked. McDuffie with a pick, and then kicking was perfect. I know we haven't done like the craziest amount of years, but a part of me does hope we just win the Super Bowl so I can just leave the game, because, I mean, it is really annoying. Like, the struggling and then choking against a super inferior team like the Texans, the super choke in the 4th, and then I can't even attempt the long field goal because the kick bar doesn't show up for like the billionth time of me playing this damn game. It's just like, how much bad can you deal with before you decide that it's too much bad. Of course, a really good game. Finally, it just happens to come against the Lions, 38-17. I'd probably have my bet against a Lion versus a Falcon in real life. Let me know what you guys think. Lowry was pretty damn good, but I will say the numbers have been a little pedestrian. A little bit pedestrian. Friedman has definitely been carrying them. I know he had a long run, but it is insane to see 10 yards per carry average. Let's take a look at the defense. Did they finally show up? Not really. I suppose we had a pick with Flott and then Sly. That man can't stop missing kicks. Here we go. Might have been a super strange route to get here. Oh, the Texans were beaten. The Texans were beaten. Might have been a strange route to get here, but we are here nonetheless. 11-6 Bengals team. We're actually not that much better than the next team. I wonder if Joe Burrow is actually like the guy. I should have looked at them. It's the wrong team. The Bengals, I'm curious to see. They beat the Texans by 3. Do they actually have Joe Burrow? They do. Ugh. Herbert to the Texans. I can kind of see why they're doing well. Receivers don't seem to be as good in Cincy, but it's not like crazy different, right? It's not like crazy different. Maybe different style, but not like crazy different in talent, I guess would be what I would say. Let's take a look at our DevOps if we had any. Lowry, I believe, was not an X factor before the season, but man, talk about being a franchise quarterback. And then obviously Jameson Williams, as expected, is an X factor. 87 overall now, totally worth the contract we gave him. Defensively, maybe Trey Hendrickson's a superstar. He's not. Moore actually went up to X factor, which I'm a little surprised by, not going to lie. You know, the award doesn't always guarantee a dev up. It seems like superstar to X Factor is like void of that, but not in this case. He's an X Factor, which is another X Factor onto the list of many on this team. And getting that coverage up nicely. 81 block shed, 79 zones, super athletic. He's him. This team didn't want to win a Super Bowl at home, but maybe they'll win one here against Joe Shiesty. 10-7, 12-7. Is that 2 safeties? Bro, the absolute buffoonery in this rebuild has been off the charts. You just can't replicate it. Huge drive. We get a touchdown. Defense makes a play. Touchdown wins it. Honestly, anything but a turnover wins it. And it would appear that we're going to get the touchdown. And it would appear the Atlanta Falcons are Super Bowl champions. No choke here. 2 safeties finally is enough to win it all. And we have become Super Bowl champions. I can escape this absolute clown show of a game. Rosen gets a Super Bowl ring after all. Not Josh Rosen, but a different Rosen. He was on the Falcons for like a moment, right? I'm not imagining that, right? That is a real life thing. I believe, right? Right? Yeah, that last season, a year ago. Oh, he hasn't been in the league last year. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, that is a Super Bowl win for the Falcons, for the age spin the wheel rebuild team. And Lowry, the rookie quarterback who went from normal to superstar and then to X Factor. One hell of a rookie draft class, which featured an 85 overall generational running back who has played perfectly throughout these playoffs. Well, a couple of 2 games like that, but not his fault. You know, yards per carry are up there despite the amount of attempts and all that. So we've done it. We have won a Super Bowl. Had some success in our rebuilds lately. Obviously, been choosing some teams that aren't the hardest to rebuild in general. But let's take a look at these overalls before we call it a rebuild. You know, if this is a real-life Falcons team, you know, we were basing off of like the normal rosters and not a fantasy, I'd maybe go for the dynasty, but it doesn't really matter too much in this one. We know we have a good team. 95 throw power, you know, very accurate, obviously. Short accuracy is a little bad, but very accurate. He's a beast. What abilities did he actually have? I want to take a look. And what style? It seemed like it was like Gunslinger, unless he just has Gunslinger. Some okay abilities. Fearless is nice. Must have had Gunslinger 1 or one of the Gunslingers. He had to. There's no other way around it. He was slanging. And Traditional 2. Traditional 2 is good. It's actually pretty juiced. Friedman, speaking of juice, 96 overall at 23. Maybe he's 24. I don't know the age. Who cares? Truckee needs some work, but, I mean, he's got plenty of chances at it. He's already almost 99 freaking elusive back anyways. Let's take a look at, not Tyler Lockett. We already know he's good, and he's only getting worse, technically. Jameson Williams, very good. Release definitely needs to get up there. Catching could do a little bit more, but with his size and speed, he's a goon. He's a freak. Mark Andrews, made a choice of him over Nick Chubb, and with the generational running back we drafted, definitely say it's a fair choice. Look at how good he is. He's so insane. That route running's crazy. O-line, who cares about O-line? Defensively, how good did Hassan Reddick finish out as? 94 overall X factor, 97 finesse move, 74 block shed only, but super athletic. His power move started getting going as well, and high awareness, high pursuit, high block, not block shed, play rec. Very solid player. Trey Hendrickson, 90 overall, was our final choose any player, I believe, and he was obviously super worth it, very consistent. If it wasn't for the injury year one, he would have had double-digit sacks each season as well. Trent McDuffie, 87 overall. Very good signing for us. Was clutch. Top cornerback group in the league because of it. Let's take a look at Sauce Gardner, though. That guy is a 99 overall. 99 man. He's got 98 man coverage, 92 zone coverage. He definitely has a chance to still get 99 man with that slot and the zone upgrades. Look at him go. 98 press, his tackling's an 80, his catching's a 76. He's absolutely him. There's no question about that. Anyone else that I wanted to look at? Hufanga's interesting, I guess. Brisker we looked at recently. Remember his zone coverage is low, but Hufanga 85 zone coverage is also pretty low, but super good pursuit, smart, hit power is great. He's solid. Very smart player with a play rec as well. Defensively, who else? I suppose the linebackers more. He was a youngster, but he gave us a lot. Super beastly. Very solid player. It would have been nice to see his hit power a little bit higher than that, but enough to work with. Nakobe Dean, he's an 80 overall. How is he? 23. So young, too. Block shed and zone coverage, definitely a lot worse, though. But still a good player with a lot of time left to develop. And then Rudolph, 22 years old. Very raw as well. So really weak linebacker group for now, but everything around them, especially on offense, was enough to win it all. But yeah, that is going to be it for this rebuild. Appreciate Daniel once again for the suggestion. If you guys have a suggestion similar to this or some sort of other suggestion, let me know in the comment section below. I read them. I read the comments. So if you have one or you just want to say, oh, nice video, or oh, you idiot, you should have done this, let me know in the comment section below. If you're new, subscribe. If you're not new, really appreciate your continued support on the channel. Maybe leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, and then second channel, PK Plays for non-Madden playthrough, of games. Right now we're doing Hogwarts Legacy, and there should be one later today, I'm hoping. But that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video, which main channel-wise, probably on Tuesday. But until next video, see ya!